Broncos country, this is the boost we've been waiting for. This is the boost we have desperately needed going into this AFC championship against the New England Patriots. I mean, we've all been hoping, right? JK's been telling the fans earlier at the end of the season, hey, I'm going to be back sooner than expected. Hey, the target is the AFC championship game, and the Broncos have activated his practice window starting today. So I can't wait to see. Hopefully, he's a full participant on Wednesday, but it's hard for me to see them, the Broncos, that is, not playing him if they're activating him right now. So this is, a handful of weeks after maybe 2.5 months after his Liz Frank injury and surgery. So, guys, I mean, I think this really does give the Broncos a legitimate shot at beating the New England Patriots, man. It was going to be hard to put everything on Jarrett Stidham with a lackluster run game, but J.K. Dobbins was our offensive MVP, y'all, through the first 10 weeks. We're not first in the AFC coming into the playoffs without J.K. Dobbins, man. He was fantastic. He was our offensive MVP, and if you give Jarrett Stidham a run game that he can rely on, chef's kiss. It's a beautiful thing. So y'all get in here in the chat. Let me know how you guys are feeling about it. Be sure to like and subscribe and hype. And also shout out to Kalshi for sponsoring the channel. Use the promo code DTB for $10 bonus when you deposit 10. And yes, we're going to dive into what the odds are, but I think we're 5.5 point underdogs. Okay. Hey, Jackson getting in here. This is huge. This is massive. This is exactly the good news that you want to keep hearing leading up to Wednesday. T Fish is saying, I feel like Stiddy could get it done. I'm sorry for saying this, but Drake doesn't scare me. They have not been battle tested the way that we have. It doesn't matter who went down. We had two of our top weapons go down last week. And we still did it, man, with freaking Lil Jordan Humphrey and all these other guys, man. We still got Marvin Mims. But let me go ahead and share a few things with you guys, and then I'll get back to some of your comments. Again, really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you are wondering, let's see, maybe this is the tweet I was looking for. Oh, okay. This is what Mike McGlinchey had to say, courtesy of Luca Evans, who Sean Payton loves, by the way. Mike McGlinchey just told reporters on a conference call that J.K. Dobbins has been working his butt off to be able to have a chance to get back. Denver's opening Dobbins' window to return off of IR. That's right. If we get our offensive MVP back for these next two games, for this game, and possibly, the Super Bowl, if we take care of business, we can win. We absolutely can win this game. No doubt about it. And this has me feeling even better right now about this game. The Patriots are flying in to Denver on Saturday. Bad idea. Bad idea. You could see, I put that right there. Bad idea. I thought that they were going to come in on Friday, because I believe Belichick would normally do that. Now, hey, Belichick couldn't win here either. So maybe it's a moot point, right? But I think that this is substantial, and it goes towards the Broncos, it goes towards the Broncos getting this thing done at Mile High. We're at home. We don't lose at home. You got to imagine that this defense is going to have a better performance. Can they force a punt? Can they force a punt? Now, if we can force 5 turnovers off of Drake May, that would be really, really nice. We can get this thing done with J.K. Dobbins. So I'll get to your comments here in just a moment. But I wanted to share this as well from J.K. If you need a refresher, guys, on the year, 772 rushing yards. That's a 5-yard per carry average. 4 touchdowns rushing. Now, when he went down after that dirty hip drop tackle against the Raiders, he was 5th in the NFL in rushing. He probably would have rushed for well into the 1,200s, I'm thinking, had he stayed healthy. But, things happen. Foot sprain, had surgery. He's been working his way back. And remember these games, guys, up until maybe, that Jets game, this offense was not looking great. It was not consistent. Bo Nix was still very inconsistent. And I mean, even against Houston and Las Vegas, he had some inconsistencies. The first 3 quarters against the Giants, right? But JK, he really helped kind of level things out. He kept things steady. He kept things on track with receiving. Caught 11 of his 14 targets for 37 yards. Man, the run game, it's been lacking ever since he went out. But J.K. Dobbins, he's a guy that will run through contact. He's a guy that just has the natural feel of the position, feel for the game that I think R.J. Harvey's still working on a bit. Jaleel McLaughlin just, doesn't really have. Maybe he shows it every now and then in spurts, right? But J.K., if he's good to go, man, put everything on the line, man. How often do you have a chance to win a Super Bowl? Not very often. And there's no guarantee you ever get back. There's no guarantee you ever get back. So JK, if he's coming back, I'm expecting for him to be ready to carry the load. And that means 15 carries. Heck, that means, probably around 15 carries. He did have 20 against the Eagles, but that's what I'm expecting, and especially in the red zone. We got to finish in the red zone. But I absolutely love this piece of news. This is exactly what we need. If Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant are going to be okay, then, man, it's all great news. Now, one thing to keep in mind is if Sam Mustipher going to play? Or is Alex Forsyth going to play? We don't know that. Let me go ahead and go to the blocking grades, because I did want to shout out Sam Mustipher because I did think he played well, especially in the run block. Let's see where he ended up at. Yeah, so, okay, he ended up 71.1 in the run, 48.8 in the pass blocking. That's not great, but did not allow a sack, hit, or pressure. So that's nice to see. But Sam Mustipher, I thought that he performed really, really well once he went out. And he graded out a little bit better than Alex Forsyth in the run. Alex Forsyth still a positive run blocker at 58.5, but Forsyth did allow 2 pressures, 2 hurries, and that's kind of where he has struggled throughout his career, is just in pass pro. But maybe Sam Mustipher is that guy. If he's going to be the starting center, it's very strange. I don't have any worries. He's probably the best third string center you could ask for, man. I think that he's a solid player. So, anyways, I'll get to a few of your comments, but guys, man, I freaking love this. I love this. J.K. Dobbins, man, he's coming back. He's trying to come back. I'm probably overreacting a little bit, or putting the cart before the horse, or whatever. But, man, he's going to help lead us to victory over the New England Patriots, man. No doubt about it, man. That is exactly how I feel about this. And you can see here, too, people are doubting us. All right, you see here on Kalshi, 31% to win the AFC Championship. Come on now. Now, I did put some in at 14 cents early on Kalshi, links in the description there. But yeah, this is going to be interesting, man. Let's see if we can find like an anytime touchdown here for J.K. Dobbins. That would be pretty awesome if no, but Jarrett Stidham is in here. Let's see if they add J.K. Dobbins in here. That's going to be really nice. But J.K. isn't up here yet. R.J. Harvey is. That's going to be something I'm monitoring, because I'll want to put some money down on J.K. Dobbins to score a touchdown. But you can see a spread 5.5 points. The Broncos should be offended by that, even with Jarrett Stidham, man. Let me get to some of your comments here. Shy, what's going on, man? Saying, what do you think about Stiddy? I think we can win this game with him. Now, the odds aren't as high as when you got Bo Nix, but we can win this game. We can win this game. Jarrett Stidham, he knows all the play calls. This is so huge, especially with an offense like Sean Payton. You don't have to condense the playbook at all. And it's not like this is a first-year guy either, right? Or a guy that you bring in, like some people I saw on like Facebook, Denver Broncos fan group, they're like, should they bring in Cam Newton? It's like Cam Newton wouldn't even be able to call the play as how they would need to be called, right? Because the language, the play calls are so long. Everything's so complex. Jarrett Stidham's been in this system for 3 years now. So you don't have to change anything that you're doing from an offensive game plan, play calling perspective, man. It is, and my hope is that Sean Payton still calls an aggressive game with Jarrett Stidham to throw down the field. You have to do that. We cannot play dink and dunk ball against this Patriots defense. Now, having a run game that hopefully you can build off of and run some play action off of is really going to benefit you. And that's where J.K. Dobbins allows this offense to really get into a nice rhythm, man. So I think Jarrett Stidham can get it done. He's got the arm, he's got the intelligence. I think he's got the poise to do it, um, and he's got the incentive. Going up against revenge for a team that never gave him a real shot to start after Tom Brady left. Remember, they signed Cam Newton, and it's very strange. Now it's time for his revenge. And if he plays well in this game and gets the Broncos to a Super Bowl, I'll say this. He pretty much guarantees himself a starting position somewhere in the NFL next year. That's how I feel about it. Huge news, says SoCal Johnson. Yeah, man, this is absolutely. Jackson saying Drake is going to have an imprint of Nick Bonito on his back after this game. Hey, those rookie tackles, those rookie offensive linemen, man, they're really going to be put to the test by this pass rush, man. Tantalus, good to see you, man. He's saying for the Bo chance, four Bo chance are going to fire this team up. I don't think this team is worried. I think they're pissed off and going to fight hard. No worries about the Pats. Yeah, I don't see this being a blowout game or anything like that. I mean, obviously the news when we heard it live on Saturday, it was just so devastating, man. It's like, man, what's the point of even playing? But, you sleep on it, right, for a day, and you're like, you know what, man, we got a guy that can do this. Now, Roger Staubach, I learned this. He was a backup before getting his start in the playoffs, okay? Who else? Obviously Nick Foles is that guy. For some reason, I had thought that Chris Chandler was a backup, but maybe he was a backup like elsewhere before Atlanta, because I think he started for the Atlanta Falcons that whole year. Kurt Warner, right? He took over at some point during that season and wasn't the playoffs. I think that's like what makes this very, very unique is that Stidham hasn't played at all really the whole season. So maybe next time when you need to knee it, maybe you just have the backup quarterback come in there and do it. Right? Maybe that's the lesson learned in this whole thing, because I know that there's been some debate on when Bo suffered that injury. I think it's pretty clear that Deion Walker stepped on his ankle on that kneel down. I think it's pretty clear that happened. I know. Shout out to all the Bills fans that were like very strangely in here last week saying there's no way the Bills ownership fires Sean McDermott because they want him coaching in the new stadium. What does the coach have to do with the new stadium? That was one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. Anyways, Sean McDermott totally deserved it. To see this guy blaming the refs, to see this guy always coming out every single year with an excuse for why the Bills can't get it done, that irks me so much. Yeah, get out of here. You had 7 chances, man. You had 7 chances. Bring somebody else in that will hopefully take a little bit more accountability instead of complaining about the overtime rules or complaining about how the ball spotted or complaining about the refs, guys. Guys, this is manufactured outrage. You have to possess control all the way through falling through the ground for it to be a catch. Yeah, I don't know where this outrage is coming from. It was very clearly an interception. Sean just needs to commit to the run, says T. Fishes. Yes, and I think he's more likely to do it with J.K. Dobbins in here. I think he's more likely to do it. I think he absolutely trusts J.K. Dobbins. I don't think he totally, completely trusts, right, Jaleel or R.J. Harvey to the level of J.K. Dobbins, right? Sean just put on a masterclass. Stop telling him what to do. Man, I'll do whatever I want to do, Flacco Jody. What's the point of being a fan if you don't want to talk about coming up in what's coming up in the game? Are you okay, man? The way this fan base doubts Sean Payton after what he already did is wild. What are we talking about? I haven't doubted him at all this whole year. What are we saying? All right. I'm saying we can win with Jaleel and RJ. Sean just needs to commit to the run. Sean even acknowledges that. Relax. Oh, okay. Y'all two are going back and forth. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Flacco, Jody. Sean Payton doesn't need any defenders, man. He's totally fine. And you know what? He wins. He wins. Now, I really don't think so. I really don't think so. But maybe Bo will come out and talk about it. But Deion Walker did step on his ankle. Bills have the so-called best quarterback in the league, and Bo outplayed him. Man, Bo destroyed him. Let's just go look at the NFL next gen stats. Let's look at the passing chart because it was a beautiful thing. It was a thing of beauty. Let's see here. And you know what? Even though Caleb Williams threw 3 picks, I really loved how he played too. Maybe I didn't love it, but I still thought that he was a good quarterback. But now he did kind of cost them the game. But I'm still very bullish on Caleb Williams. All right, let's take a look at this. Wow, see, man, you guys love to just read way too much into these headlines. Oh my gosh, well, boys, this team doesn't need to be rescued. Yes, but I mean, come on, man. I need something to put in the headline that's fun. Come on, what's up with all these negative Nancys on Monday, man? What's going on now? Take a look at this passing chart from Bo Nix, guys. Against the number 1 pass defense in the NFL, we saw that he was 26 of 46 for 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. This is such a stupid stat. I don't understand how these advanced stats predict this. Completion percentage over expected. Maybe that was because of the drops, right? At 5.8. I don't know. But outside of that one throw to Deion Walker's big hands, Bo Nix was on it, man. And you could see he hit all different parts of the field, all at different depths. He was on it, hitting downfield from the opposite side of the hash, man. Really, really impressive. To me, man, the one thing that Bo hadn't answered yet coming into this game is, was he going to be a playoff riser or was he going to be one of these guys like CJ Stroud, right? Because Bo didn't play that well in the wild card game last year. He's a rookie, understandable. But man, he totally elevated his performance and elevated his game to new heights in the playoffs. And so I think that there's no doubt he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. There's no doubt he is the Broncos franchise quarterback moving forward. And let's see if Stiddy can get this thing done, right? With a couple of games, man. That's all we need. But just win this week and watch your feet on those kneel downs, man. Let's see what SoCal's saying. I still think the Broncos need heavier interior defensive linemen, 325 pounds. Yes. And this has been a weak area for the team now. It's been theorized that maybe the Broncos don't want those guys because they're too big to be up in altitude. I don't know. I mean, the Buffs were 3-9. They just did sign like a 375-pound nose tackle, but he's probably not going to play very much. But it would be nice to have some big guys that at least we can rotate in going up against those big offensive line. Some of the Broncos fans are throwing in the towel over the Bo injury, but I ride or die with Sean Payton and Jarrett Stidham. I mean, you got to, man. We've won plenty of games where Bo hasn't been his best. And the defense has stepped up. You've had weapons step up. You've had the run game step up at different times. So why can't it be done this week at home of all places? Let's see. Man, Broncos fans getting at each other. Let's see here. Tantalus. I just wish Sean would find a happy medium between no designed quarterback runs and more rushes than our backs. Besides that, I thought he had a perfect game plan. I mean, we've all been kind of clamoring to see Bo use his legs more. I really didn't have an issue with some of the designed runs and the RPOs that they gave him this past game. I thought that was totally fine, especially with an inconsistent run game from the running backs. Yeah, you're going to use Bo as a rusher a little bit more, but yeah, I know some people think that it happened. He initially hurt his ankle on that designed run to the left. I don't know. Maybe that's reason to not run the quarterback anymore. But I really do think that it happened on that kneel down. Let's see. Man, Flacco, I might need pushing time out if you're gonna be all pissy. It's all good though, man. A lot of runs are Bo's decision. Hopefully Stidham runs too. Helps the offense. Yeah, good comment here. I would agree, man. And Stidham, he's not exactly as fast as Bo Nix, but he's got some scrambling ability. He's not a complete statue back there. He's got more mobility than like freaking Davis Mills. He definitely does. So yeah, I don't think you're calling any design runs for Stidham, but he can make things happen with his legs when needed. And again, if we get JK back, that changes everything because you should play through him, man. You should play through him. And Sean, now there were times again where we're like, man, why did JK only have this many touches? At the end of the day, we ran the ball more consistently with JK Dobbins, man. That's how it feels. And we know we can use him in the red zone. So I'm pumped about this. Hopefully, we get the practice report on Wednesday that he's a full go. But I think that if he suits up, I really do like our chances of winning this game. Like, I think we will win if J.K. Dobbins plays. That's how high I am on J.K. Dobbins right now. So, guys, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's see who we got in the chat. David, Flacco, Tantalus, T. Fishes, SoCal, Lone Voice, man, Doc James. Sorry, I missed this comment. We're going with Stiddy. Yeah, we are. Who else we got in here? Freaking Guru. Yeah, wait, why risk the injury? He's on a 1-year deal. He's on a 1-year deal, man. He wants to win a Super Bowl. He's a Denver Bronco. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? You play to win the game. You play to win the championship, man. If he wants to play, let him play. I'm pumped about this. Shy Vargas, Jackson, thank you guys for being in here. I'll be back later tonight at 8 p.m. Mountain Time for Horsepower Hour. Until then, guys, go Broncos.